We are live and we're taking math questions that we'll answer for you guys next time we go live, which will be next Tuesday. So, um, as you coming in, say what's up. So, this is the first time I've ever been in live. I don't have any questions. Hey, what's going on, Orion? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I know I've seen you in the live. Usually, you have a question. Okay, that's good. That's not bad. Have you had any SAT or ACT exam? Let me know how you did. What's up, Georgito underscore 107 107. Yeah. If you have any questions that you want me to help you with, I'll take them down, and then next Tuesday we're gonna go over 'em. I know it's late. I'm gonna be here for a long time. It's probably gonna be a few minutes. So if you have any math questions, let me know. I'll take them down. I'll write them down. If you're on YouTube, you can see me writing them down too, and I'll answer them for you on next Tuesday. What's going on, Tracy? So, any questions that you guys want to see? Anything that you want to see? One thing that I know I'll be talking about is algebraic long division. Algebraic long division. I know some of you guys asked about that. Dividing polynomials. Okay, I think that's kind of similar to this. Algebraic long division. I may have Melanie. I may have asked and beat you to it. So if you have something different, Tracy, I don't have math this year, but I want to watch this live anyways. Cool. I appreciate you, Tracy. Thanks for staying by. Okay, dividing polynomials. I'll put that for Melanie, but I think it's probably similar to algebraic long division. Polynomials. So, and what else that you want to see? What else? I'm probably gonna take like maybe 5 questions at most. So, what else you guys want to see next Tuesday? Let's see. YouTube. What's going on, guys? So, we're taking questions that you want to see. I don't get proofs. Okay, so what do you want to prove? What do you want to prove? Tell me a theorem, a specific theorem that you want to prove. You want me to explain the proof of it, and we can do that next Tuesday. Well, I mean, if I end up choosing something, it might not be something that you specifically working on. Do you know how to solve BOFA problems? I don't think I'm familiar with that. What are those? If you could, all of them, please. I don't know if we can do all of them in one session. What class are you taking? Let's start with that. What class are you taking? And then I'll find a simple proof, and then maybe no, I don't know. Okay, geometry. Okay, geometry. I think you've been asking this question for a while. Geometry proof. Okay, I'll find the theorem and and trying to find a proof for it, and then we can start with that. It's okay. Factor by completing the square with a greater than. That's very specific. Thank you for the question, Donovan. Factor by completing the square with a greater than 1. Factor by completing the square with a greater than 1. Okay, nice. Next live is next Tuesday. So I'm taking algebra 1 in 7th grade, and I need to know if I get this question right. What's the question? Law of cosine. Okay, law of cosine. Zad, what do you want me to? Do you want a problem with law of cosine, or do you want explanation? Law of cosine. Make sure you show up, because what I'll do is when I'm calling out those questions next Tuesday, if you're not there, I'll just move on to something else. Donovan, yes, thank you for the question. That was a good one. It was very specific. I like that. Factoring by completing the square with a greater than negative one. Law of cosine. All right, we can take two or three more, and then we're probably gonna call it a night. It's loud in the background, anyways. Uh, let's see. All right, what else did you guys want to see? Let me find a different color for no reason at all. Green. Okay. What else did you guys want to see next Tuesday? So I got let me see what I got. So algebraic long division, which is kind of similar to the same thing as dividing polynomials. So and we have geometry proof, any proof. I'll just put any here. Uh, and then we have factoring by completing the square with a greater than one. And then we have one question about law of cosine. All right, I'll take. Who can give me the last one? What question would you like to see live next Tuesday? Let's see. If I don't see any, okay, dang, I respect this man. Dedications for helping people. I appreciate you. Thanks for the wise word, cousin. All right. Okay. I think that should do it. It's okay. Good luck. Good looks for the help. No problem. Do you have any math question that you would want me to help you with? All right. So I'll take one more question, guys. If you have any that you want to see next time I come live. Let's see. Cool. Dividing polynomials. Let me see what else I got. I failed math, so I don't know. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, my man. I'm sorry to hear that. What class did you fail? All right, I think this is about to be it. Yeah. Okay. Factoring trinomials. Okay, that's the last question. All right. So factoring every. Ooh. Factoring. What do you think the problem is? What do you think makes you fail every math class? Like, what do you? Is it, you know? Do you think it's the explanations that you get in like your teachers, or do you think it's, you know, the amount of time that you get to practice? 'Cause, if you work up, if you work a lot and you're not able to practice this, because in anything, if you want to be good or decent at it, you just gotta have the practice, and then it comes like it's natural. So, do you think it's because you haven't had a lot of time to practice, or do you think it's because you're not really understanding it, or is there's other things that that's making it harder for you? I know certain people would have dyscalculia. I know certain people who, I mean, who just are not really interested in it at all. So, um, what do you think it is? Yeah, I was nice. Make math seem terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully, you get to a teacher that makes you help it, like it again. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Is algebra too hard? It depends. That's I always have the same answer to these questions. It depends on your tolerance for math and how much you liked algebra one, and how much you understood algebra one, because it's built upon that. So that's how you're gonna know if, hey, is algebra two gonna be hard. Now, if you struggle with algebra one, it's you're probably gonna have a harder time with it. But like I said earlier, with practice, you'll get it eventually, and then you'll be good at it. Trust me, you just gotta practice. Let's see. But yeah, fam, your videos are great. And do you help people around the world, bro? Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. So hopefully you get a teacher that's a little bit better next semester or next year. Um, I'm in algebra two, and I say it's hard. Oh, you say it's hard. Okay. Now, how was algebra one for you? Was it easy, or did you kind of, or if algebra one was easy, I would probably start wondering what were you doing, there that you're not doing in algebra two, or is it a different teacher? Because that can change things. And I know certain times I had professors that are a little bit harder to understand than other ones. Um, yeah, it was pretty easy, but I believe the teacher was just really good. Yeah, so that plays a role too. And now when that happens is, so you don't sit around and say, hey, my teacher sucks and I'm not gonna be able to pass this class. You gotta find extra help, especially if you think about it this way. Like when you think about going to school, half of the stuff that you guys learn, not half, like probably 95% of the stuff, you'll never use them at all in your life at all. And you're gonna feel like it's pointless, but also you got to think of it as a stepping stone. I have to pass this class if I want to graduate and get out of my mom's house, or if I want to become a pro basketball player, I have to pass this class. So that's how you look at it. That's the first. It's like a stepping stone. Okay, I have to get through this if I want to become that. If I want to go to college, whatever your goal is, really. Um, I'm sure it's probably relate, unless you like very talented and okay, you don't, some kids don't need school. You're very talented and you have ways that you can excel without being in school. But a lot of times, things that you want to do, like if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, or even in sports here, it's somehow connected to school. So um, it's like, okay, I have to do a lot of effort in that area to become good at it so I can pass this class and move on to what I want to do. Does that make sense? So that's another way to look at it. Yeah. I get you at that though. Try. It's just confusing and the teacher isn't very good at explaining. Okay. My man, I would or woman, if you know, so it now it's time for you. If you wanna pass it, you gotta make sure you got outside help. You can you can use free resources. I have a lot of algebra two videos. Khan Academy has a lot of algebra two videos. You can hire somebody to tutor you. If you have that the means to do that. But just know that, hey, this is going to be a harder class because it's not the teacher doesn't explain as well. I don't as well as the one before. I mean, as well as the one that was teaching algebra one. So you know what you're up against. So I would say you would probably be doing a lot more work than normal than your previous classes. So uh, yeah. So I'm taking pre-calc. My teacher doesn't teach at all, and I try to teach myself, and it's hard. Okay. Now, give me something that you having trouble with. If you come here next Tuesday, we'll talk about it. Give me something in pre-calc, specifically a topic that you're having trouble with. If it's complex numbers, if you come here next time, we'll talk about it. I have a lot of pre-calculus videos on there too. My YouTube channel has some pre-calculus videos on there, and I'll be adding more soon. Um, if you go in there and you able to understand me a little bit better than your teacher, I would, what I would do if I were you, just subscribe and whenever I upload them and look at them. So the way I try to upload them I've been trying to upload them is by by going from from starting from zero all the way up to finishing the course, the pre-calculus course. So if you go in there and then able to understand them, a lot of kids usually do, and I think that you could use that to help yourself. And like I was saying to the same person who's taking algebra two, whenever you know the class is gonna be a little bit harder, you know that okay, I'm gonna have to do a lot more effort on my part, and I'm gonna have to teach myself. I'm gonna have to find somebody that can teach me. And usually, when you find someone that you can understand what they're saying, um, it makes it easier for you. I'll give you an example. I had a class. I forgot the name of that class. I forgot the name of that class. It was an upper level math class, and I couldn't understand the teacher at all. So I went in. Ironically, I remember this still today. I went on YouTube and found a guy, big, muscular guy, like really big dude. He was just explaining the stuff, and I bench watched everything that he was doing. I have no idea what his name was, but he explained it in a way that I can understand and I can relate to what he was talking about. So I ended up doing that for a long time, and then when I went to to take the exam for that class, and I reviewed the whole material on there. When I went to take the exam out, I was able to do well, but I didn't even open a single note that I had or anything that the teacher was doing. And sometimes I would probably leave his class. Like, I'm not telling you to do this, but it was college. You'd have the option to not attend the class. Sometimes if I sometimes I would just go on the computer and just learn from him instead of the class. So yeah. Whenever I'm doing well, Sophie. Thank you. How you doing? Whenever the class seems a little bit harder, just know that hey, I know what I'm up against. I'm gonna have to do a lot more work. So I'm gonna do what it takes to just do the work, and that's all it is. And it's always gonna be stuff like that, that you certain things that you enjoy, certain things that you don't enjoy, and in school, it's always gonna be classes like that you enjoy that you don't enjoy, and when you guys go to college, I would one thing that you would do in high school, you probably don't have that option. I don't know if you have that option in high school. But in college, because you're able to pick your professor and in your classes, I would use ratemyprofessor.com and pick professors that has good reviews because certain people it's harder to understand them. I know one time I did that. I mean, I had a computer science class that I was not this one teacher I was not able to get past this class, and apparently from what I understand, uh like his highest grade after, dang, I think he probably been teaching at least 15 years at the school, is like a B plus or something. So like it was hard to pass this class, and but I didn't have the option to go on with my professor and choose another professor for that semester. So like for that class, it was only offered once, and that was the person teaching it. Now, when you go in college, you have the option to do that. You have the option to say, okay, I'm gonna go and rate my professor, find a professor that explains stuff really well, so that way you don't have a hard time. So that's more like in the future. But for now, what I would do is go and find somebody else that can explain it better for you, because that's the alternative, especially that if you learning in school. How did you do, Aileen underscore 21? How did you do on the SAT? Um, the most important class that applies to real life. That's a tough question. For me personally, I think um, believe it or not, it wasn't math. I think I took some sociology class as elective, maybe. I think they're very applicable, and and certain concepts are very applicable. Is it's I know, I mean, I don't know much about sociology. Don't copy me on those, but I think along the lines, I remember the professor talking about a certain, paradigms, how certain people view the world, and for them that's the actual truth, and compared to other people. So it allows me, in my case specifically, allows me to, whenever you disagree with someone, you don't think as in, that person is, you know evil, or that person is, or dumb or something like that. You understand, okay, for them this is the truth, for because of their upbringing, because of the way that they see the world, this is the truth for them. And that I think that's applicable to life. I think stats is somehow applicable to, depending on what field you go to, you might end up doing some stats. But most of the stuff that you learn here, you probably never use them. I'll be honest with you, and that's the honest truth. Like you probably won't use them, especially if you don't go in a field that requires you to do that. I'm doing a lot more math now because I'm a private tutor. I tutor kids, so it requires you to do the math. If you tutor in kids math, it requires. But the other works that I was doing, I never really used that much math because a lot of times you just use Excel. Okay, now this is one thing that somebody else told me. A teacher told me you got find a way to learn how to use Excel when you get in college. Uh, yes, if you need my help, go to uh, my go to my website and book an appointment. That's the easiest way to get my help. Just go to the website and book an appointment, and then we can talk. That's the easiest way to get it. Now, if you have a specific question, I can write it down here for you, and the next time we can talk about it. Um, so yeah, I say that sociology class that I took was very useful and in understanding certain things and in stats. But I would say most of the stuff you really don't learn. You really learn. I mean, you learn them and you really don't use them at all. Um, and that's the honest truth for me, at least. Let's see. All right, I don't see any more questions. Then I did good, pretty easy. I used to some of your tapes. Oh, appreciate you, Aileen. Hopefully, let us know how you do. How long does it take to those scores to come out? Especially now. Did you take it on? Did you have to go sit somewhere and take it? Because I don't know how they're doing them now because of COVID. I don't know if they, because I know at one point I saw a lot of test centers got canceled. I don't know if they move them online, or how did you guys take it? And and yeah, let us know how you do because we want to see that, especially if you get uh, 800. Ooh, that would be good. I would really appreciate you coming back and say that you did good. What time do you usually start your lives? It usually starts around 9:15. But I was today I was traveling to my mom's house. I'm actually at her house now, and but I just popped in and take some questions on Tuesday at 9:15. That's when it normally start. I just thought pop in and take some questions for you guys to answer next week. I didn't want to just not show up and because I normally come live on Tuesday. So I just take the questions and then you guys, I'll answer them for you next week. But I think this week too, I did two lives. Last week I did two lives, one on the 20th and on 21st. Tuesday and Wednesday. Um, so, but this kind of make up for it a little bit. I will work on those questions and answer them for you next time. Hopefully you guys show up. Okay, I used to be. Yes, cool. Okay, back. COVID. It will take a month. Okay. All right. Next month, come back and tell us how you do. But yeah, I went to school to take. Okay, that's good. I'm glad that he started to do them that way. Now because I'm gonna check their schedule because of that, and I see a lot of people here are taking it too. Because of that, maybe sometime I might consider doing like I know I have requests from that doing like straight up ACT and ACT practice. And I think, do you guys think that would help? Just come here and do straight up ACT and ACT practice. I think that may help you guys, especially the ones that are taking it or have taken it and will be taking it again. So I think that would be good. Nice. Okay. Yes. So yeah, I'll probably do that. I didn't know they were gonna start doing them because I knew I saw like over 50% of the test centers got canceled. So I'm glad that they start doing them again. Cool. Aileen, we'll be here. We'll be excited to see you in the group. All right. So guys, I think this is it for me. I'll take all the questions, I think, and maybe I'll do some ACT next time and SAT since they start doing them again. Practice. So what I'll probably do is, you know, come up with a bunch of problems and then solve them, and then show you guys the approach that I would use if I were to solve this on the SAT and SAT. All right. I think this is it for today, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. If you want to see what's gonna be on there, go to the YouTube channel. You'll see a recording of this video. I normally post it right away, which I'm about to do now.